Hello guys, in today's video we will do October tier list where we have a lot of new heroes like the Jungle Envoy and the Silver Warrior. So we will rank everyone based on their 16 stars, Eternal Artifact, and some of the heroes needs to be Awakening page 1. I will give you an idea on who to focus on, especially that there will be swap stars event where you can fix your mistakes only for the mythic heroes. You can switch the stars between them, so in case you built the wrong hero, you will be able to switch it. The switch star event will be happening soon in like 1 or 2 weeks from now, so I will give you a better idea on which heroes you need to focus on. So please make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and check out my Discord, the link in the description. Also, you can join my membership. I appreciate all of you guys. I have 5 members so far, and I will start making content for you guys there, especially that you are supporting me and you are gonna get some exclusive content and including some live streams. Tomorrow, Monday, we will live stream again. Make sure to join my Discord. I announce when I am live so you can turn in and ask me questions. And also we try new lineups and do some things together, and especially as a community where we can connect and have fun. And for now, enjoy the video. So let's get started. I will keep the S tier only for the best heroes, and I will minimize putting a lot of them there. If the hero is good enough, he will be in A tier. B is okayish just to use until you get A or S tier. C and F is just meh, you can use them, but they are not something that you want to focus on unless you just have them for now until you get something better. So the first thing, we can start with the Monkey. Monkey is always a good hero that you can focus on in the early and mid game, and he can be in A tier, but I will minimize him only for B tier. I will put A tier only for heroes that works also in the end game. B tier is maximum until mid game. Mid game is 2 million. After 2 million, 2.5, you need to start focusing on A tier and S tier. Unless you are free to play, then you can use the B tier also for the end game, just to keep up with your progress. Next, we have Baphomet. I will put him in B tier. He's good DPS dealing in the early game and mid game. White Ox is the same. All of these, you can enjoy them until 2 million, 2.5 million power. In the end game, they will not benefit because you will start looking for heroes that provide for the whole team. Damon, in my opinion, is nothing special. Prisoner is F tier. Silence is one of the best supports in the game. She is definitely working with a lot of damage. She works with a lot of silence and debuffs for the enemies, and this is so important in the late game. So she's, in my opinion, the best support in the game, where she can give DPS and also debuffs and energy. The Chef is someone you want to also play around with 2.5. She's the only one who can counter Warlock. If you don't have Warlock in the early game, Chef is someone who can counter him, but also you need her mythic artifact again. She can work around with it. Paladin again is S tier. He will never be replaced in my opinion. He's working with a lot of lineups right now. He can work with Neza instead of the Dark Knight. He can work with the new Cloud, with the new Silver Warrior that they added. He's definitely gonna be S tier for a long time because of his 30% more defense and removing debuffs of our teammates. Captain Pilot, I think he is nice until 2.5, because after that he will start focusing wrong enemies instead of backline, or sometimes he just keep ulting the front lines, so he falls behind in the end game where you just need to kill the DPS as fast as possible. Shadowmaster is A tier. He is the best free-to-play hero since you can get his fragments and he deals a lot of damage, and if you have his mythic artifact or eternal artifact, he will be something completely broken for you. So please make sure, as a free-to-play or even someone who pays a little, focus on Shadow Master. He's your best option overall, so you can get his free fragments also from the groceries. Gunslinger is A tier. He's hard to build and you need some awakening, but he's one of the best. He is dealing a lot of damage for the backline, and he is definitely worth putting in your lineup, especially if you're working with a good lineup that's surviving and you want to kill the backline immediately. Medusa is C tier. Dragon is... I am hesitating between putting A or B, but let's say he works well with certain lineups. If you focus on lineups that push back enemies, he's definitely gonna work even in a late game, but there is a lot of mages now in the game that can be replacing him. Abyssal Queen, she deals a lot of damage, like some crazy amount of damage. The only thing that she's missing is anti-heal, but other than that, she deals more damage than the witch, and she deals a lot of ground control when she just yell and move the enemies backward. Witch is S tier. Overall, Witch is the most she giving you everything you need as a mage. From anti-heals, she gives shield, she gives a lot of damage, she does everything for your team, including for DPS for the enemy teams. So she's overall the best mage in the game, giving you the advantage of having everything in one hero. The Fan is B tier. You can use her in some lineups, but nothing special about her. If the enemy is not pushing you, her ultimate is not that good. Other than that, she gives you a lot of attack speed, but her ultimate can be wasted if you are controlling the field, since you will be pushing the enemies and they will not reach her ultimate. Hela is B tier 2. She is good in dealing damage, and she is a great counter for Warlock also in early and mid game. With 8 stars, she can start silencing enemies, and she does a lot of damage, so keep in mind to keep her around if you have her. Also, she can be A tier, and some people play her in endgame, but I don't see her that beneficial, taking in mind Abyssal Queen and Witch and Jungle Envoy will deal more damage and give more benefits to the team, so she can fall behind in the endgame. Whaley, he's you can use him in early game, but in late game he's not gonna do anything. His waves is not even gonna push the enemies enough. Same with the Iron Blade, and Masked Ninja can be A tier. If you get his Eternal Artifact, he will start pushing enemies so good, so you can use him as a frontline even in the end game. But other than pushing, he doesn't do anything else for the team, so you need to focus on having another one with Paladin or Dark Knight next to him to give some balance to your team, because this guy plays alone and doesn't benefit anyone else other than pushing the enemies completely. Whirlpool is A tier 2. These two are free-to-play friendly, so you can build them easily, and they're both together can work very well. Whirlpool is slightly better than Masked Ninja because he deals a lot of silence, and once you awakening him and get your Eternal Artifact, he will start giving a lot of crowd control for the enemies and creating some nightmare moments for them. Skeleton is F tier. Diva is... Now that we have Arcane Saint, she's no longer in B tier in my opinion, but she can be B tier. Let's give her some respect because she works perfect in the Gate of Darkness and all these places. As free to play, you can focus on her, but she is not gonna be in A or S tier anymore. She used to be good when we didn't have the Arcane Saint, but right now the Arcane Saint just took all the healing from everyone since he do a lot of things more. In my opinion, the doll falling behind. She used to be B tier, but now since we have the Cloudy, he's going to be replaced and taking over in everything. he do better damage than Doll, and he have more survivability, but a Doll is free-to-play friendly. The Deer, she can be with Diva in the same tier, but both of them, as I said, they're not gonna work in the late game. You need someone who's doing more than just healing, and these two only heals and get damage reduction, which is not the best option for you. In the late game, you need more control for the enemies and nerfing the enemies or buffing yourself more. The Pyramid is C tier. I don't see her. I see some people using it, but I don't see the benefit of it. She really maybe can do some ground control and destroying the enemies, but in my opinion, she's not gonna replace any of the good heroes in the game. Hidden Ninja is B tier. You can use him in a lot of places. Also, if you get his Eternal Artifact, he can deal a lot of damage, but keep in mind you need to push enemies. And the Hidden Ninja overall is good also for the PvM, where you are killing bosses, because he can silence them off using their ult, and it's really important to keep him around, especially if you are free to play. The Cowboy, I don't see any use for him. The Red Hood is definitely B tier. She is one of the best mages for all the free-to-play players, and you can get her fragments from the groceries, so you can build her so easily. There is no need for like in the early game and mid game, and also some people use it in late game. If you are unlucky to get any of the good mages mythic artifact, you can definitely spend on her and make her work. Sword Devil is a B tier. He's someone that will work with you for 2 million, 2.5, but then his damage is okay, but he's not providing for the team again. In late game, you need to look for every single hero that provide for your team, and also nerfing the enemies and dealing a lot of damage. You cannot just work random heroes. You need to focus on providing for your team as long as they are alive. Wine Panda is A tier. He is one of the best pushers in the game. You can put him in a lineup also when you don't have the witch. He provides a lot of anti-heal, and he pushes the enemies very well, including having his ultimate where he just become a wall with above 100% knockback resist, which make him so good in pushing the enemies and preventing them from pushing you. But he is definitely someone you need to invest on, and you need another frontline with him like Paladin or Dark Knight to make him work. Dark Knight is, in my opinion, gonna fall to A tier. And now a lot of people will start asking why, and that's because in the end game, I don't know, I feel like I am giving away his power, but he's still strong, one of the strongest. I'm trying to limit the S tier for only the best lineup in the game, and keeping everyone else in A where they can be playable, but I think I will give him his S tier just because he's being there for a long time. But right now, him and Paladin has to be in the lineup, one of them at least. One of these has to be in your lineup. You cannot work without one of them. And trust me when I say this, you need their shields, you need their debuffs, you need their heals, you need everything they do. At least one of them needs to be in your lineup, and if you have both, that's even better. But right now people are playing a lot of DPS and frontline, where you have like Neza and Paladin, or Neza and Dark Knight, or some like frontlines where they do a lot of things. Oh, I see Sword Devil here also. Lucifer, F tier, Unholy Healer. She is one of the best healers in the game, but having silence is more strong in the late game, especially that you will be struggling to push all the enemies. Unless you have like specific lineup where you're pushing everyone, then Unholy Healer is the best. But it's so hard to push enemies when they have a lot of knockback resist. So she will be in the A tier. But keep in mind, in the tower and all the PvM, she will be so strong. Like, you have to have her more than Silence since her portal is so powerful. Snow Woman is going to be A tier also. She provides a lot of energy for the team, especially if you have Gunslinger and Shadow Master or any of the heroes that requires a lot of energy. She will give you a lot of advantages, especially when you are using good front lines to push. She can even freeze the front lines for you in the beginning of the game, and she can definitely be used in the end game. But again, she is not comparable to the Silence. She is one of the best support in the game, but the Silence will always beat everyone because she deals a lot of damage. Like, she can deal 15 and 20 million damage in end game as a support, which is a lot. Levi is A tier. Levi, Shadowmaster and Gunslinger is like options for you as a marksman that you can use and play around. They all provide the same thing in terms of DPS, but in different ways. One targets the back line, this targets the front line, and this one targets everyone, but you need to make them all aligned. Overall, it's like you just need to pick which playstyle you want, and then you go with one of them and you can build them for the end game. Go-Go Fish is not useful, Mars is not useful, Bamboo is the same. I'm just gonna put all these in the F tier because I don't see any use of them. This one is C tier. She is good in early game and she deals a lot of damage for the enemies. Especially in early game, you can even use her with the Red Hood. I will put her here, but Red Hood has more crowd control than her, so she's slightly better. But the Fire deals a lot of damage in early game and mid game, and also for the bosses. Keep her in your lineups in bosses fights. The Goblin is F. And now we have, let's start with Warlock. Warlock is B tier. He is one of the best mid and early game, especially if you have his mythic artifact. You will be the most annoying person in the game. Everyone will hate you just because of how fast and how strong his goblin that he spawns. And if you have mythic, you have to have him in it. Unless you are above 2.5 million, then you need to remove him from your lineup. But before that, you only need Warlock and you will become the annoying person. Jungle Envoy, I will put him in A tier. Even though I still didn't see him a lot in action, but I know that he will be a lot of damage dealer. But I can say that he's overall can't be compared to Witch and be in the S tier. But the only reason I'm taking him out is because he has a lot of debuffs unless he gets damaged, and that's only when Gunslinger target him and then you can stun him. But overall, the Witch deals more anti-heals and she can provide for the team better than Jungle Envoy. But in terms of damage, I think they are both similar. They both deal a lot of damage, and the Jungle Envoy can work even better in better lineups. Foxy is a A tier, and here I feel like A tier getting a little bit of not the best, because it can be done even better, seeing that Jungle Envoy. So Foxy, as you can see, she is also A tier. She can be playable. She is one of the best also majors in the game, and she is the best for the bosses. You can use her in all the bosses. Same as Gunslinger, they are both working well together against bosses. You can deal a lot of damage only by having these two, and then just add all the heals you have, and you will have all the best. Moving to Neza. Neza is S tier. And a lot of people doesn't know how strong Neza is, but Neza deals a lot of damage. He has shown, and I have seen him a lot of action where he deals 35 million, 40 million, 50 million damage only by himself or by herself. This is so much for frontline. I cannot imagine any other. Even he deals more damage than the Witch, he deals more damage than the Abyssal Queen. It's not even, I think he's not even balanced. Once you get his Awakening page, the first one, he will deal a lot of damage. But him alone is not enough. He needs someone who can finish the kills. He deals a lot of damage to everyone, but you need someone with him that deals the remaining damage, especially that everyone is running with a lot of heals. So keep that in mind. Moving to the Shadow Fiend, the best marksman in the game. He's breaking all the rules. He deals a lot of stuns. He deals a lot of damage. He's broke. That's all what I can say. He deals unnecessary damage. No one can beat him in any of other things. He deals crowd control. He drains the enemy's energy. He deals a lot of damage. He push back. He do everything. And it's so sad to say, but if you need to focus on someone, it's the Shadow Fiend. Other than that, he's perfect. Like, if you want, like, I can put God tier and he will be in the God tier. The Shadow Fiend is just completely broken. Moving to the Arcane Saint, he is A tier. His heals are perfect, but the silence provide better in the late game. And especially if you have the Witch, you can counter any Arcane Saint players, because if enemy has like Witch against Arcane Saint, the Arcane Saint becomes kind of useless because he deals no damage. The only benefit of him is having more energy for your team, and that can be provided with a Snow Woman too. But overall, he is really good in a lot of places, also in a lot of lineups. But again, the silence is just showing herself better in the end game in terms of damage, silencing enemies, draining energy, and doing a lot of things more than what Arcane Saint can do for your team. And lastly, we have the Silver Warrior, which will be an A tier. I don't see him dealing damage as Neza do, but he works perfect if you combine him like this. If you put this and then this, if you put these three together, then you will have one of the most annoying lineups in the game, where they all targeting front lines and you will deal such an annoying amount of damage. And you need specific heroes to work together to get Silver Warrior to work, not like Neza, where Neza can deal a lot of damage to everyone, and then you just need like Gunslinger will work with Neza, Abyssal Queen will work with Neza, Shadow Fiend will work with Neza, Witch will work with Neza, Shadow Master will work with Neza, where this Silver Warrior will only work with specific heroes, where you need like Levi, you need Foxy, you need like some certain amount of heroes with you, where you can deal a lot of damage together only for the front lines. And that's it. That's my opinion on the tier list. I know some people has different opinions, but in my opinion, the best lineup currently in the game is having these five together, where you have Silence, Paladin, Witch, Neza, and the Shadow Fiend. Nothing can beat this combo because they deal in crazy amount of damage. Like, this guy will deal a lot of, like, minimum 15 to 20 million. This will deal 15 to 20, and this will deal 15 to 20. Combining it with the Silence and the buffs that the Paladin gives, you're talking about some annoying combo that nothing can beat it. Even if you have Gunslinger, you can counter it very well with this lineup and you will kill the enemies faster. But again, you can design your own lineup. I am working on different lineup. I'm not rebuilding this one, and you can compete. It just depends how you build it, how fast you progress with it, and how you put your touch on them. You can even build some different lineups and still work, depend on what you're inventing. This game, that's what I like about this game, that you can build different things and different things will work with you and for you. Let me know in the comment section what's your opinions about these lineups or these tier list, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.